Hey, I want to make a video on how to remove the trunk on a 90 through 93 Honda Accord. At first you look at it and it's like, well, you just take these two bolts off here and these two bolts off here and it'll come off, and that is true. But there is a problem. You have this wire harness and this cable that go into here, and you need to disconnect that. Let's see. Anyways, this, you're just going to monkey around with this. Oop, that's how you get that off. Kind of same thing here. Just gonna, looks like there, that's off, and that's off. So that's disconnected there. Of course, you're gonna disconnect these two wires here. Just play with this stuff; it's all just clipped in. But the biggie is, I already took my lights out, but you don't have to do that. I just happened to already get rid of them. But on the wire harness, you just, if the light was still in, you'd have to get in from the bottom. You'd squeeze this tab and you'd disconnect the lights. So you need to disconnect this light, and I see some, there's probably some lights for those in here. So I'm gonna get in here, and any place I find connectors, I'm gonna disconnect them. And then I believe you push these tabs. You get these to pop out. Should be one there and one there, and then we pull the wire harness out. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do the cable part, but I'll figure that out. So let me work on this and then I'll show you how this comes out. Okay, for the license plate light bulbs, all I did is I reached up in here and the connectors are just hooked on right there, and I just pulled them out. So on this, I just took a needle nose plier. This one's still in, and you have to squeeze these two tabs. There's a little, see this little tab there? There's one on the other side. To just squeeze them in. Basically, you push that in there. I kind of cheated. Well, I didn't cheat, but I use this tool here to get behind it while squeezing with the needle nose pliers with the other hand, and popped it out. You can even bend this tab down, it's real flexible, if that'll help you out. Okay, so I got the cable out of the deal there. I just wanted to show you the connectors. There's one I didn't show you. So this is going to be like the left rear tail light is going to be right rear. This is all upper. And then this is what your license plate light bulbs, there should be two of those. And then this, I think it's must be to detect whether or not your latch is unlocked, because it was hooked to the back of this guy here. It was just right back in here, and I just reached in there and unplugged it. And then it's gonna get hung up on everything. I recommend kind of pulling it this way towards the back, and then I pulled it kind of out through here, make sure everything was disconnected, and then fed it out through here, and this is the end result there. Next, I gotta figure out how to get this cable off. So, and then once I get this cable off, then you just take these bolts off, those bolts off, and then the trunk will come off. So let me figure out how to get that off. So I just use this impact and with the 10 millimeter on it to do everything I'm doing. What I found is, what side was this on? Okay, so this is it's just got this notch in here. This is your lock mechanism. Yeah, so it's kind of offset like this. Oops, sorry. Offset like that. And there's a nut on the inside. And there's a spot of where it was. And all I did is I came in through the bottom here and took the nut out right there, and then that allowed me to twist this, and then this will pop out and you can play around with it. What that's doing me is getting me access to this arm here, because this arm, them over on this thing here, this just had 3 bolts in here, and I took them out. That almost, I'm trying to get to the cable, but then I saw that bar right there, and that connects to that. So this looks like I can This looks like the same way they did the door handle, so I'm going to pop this off. That'll probably release that. And this looks like that's what's holding this cable in. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Basically, I took 3 bolts out of here, 1 out of here, that got this loose, and then I'm working on this setup here. So yeah, that's how this comes off. This is, if you've worked on door locks before, you'll recognize this plastic piece that is just holding this on. You just work at it and you get it off, and that disconnected this rod. I probably didn't have to disconnect this thing, but by being able to move it, it did make this easier. And then this will just, right there is going to pop out. This is kind of like a lawnmower setup right here. Whoops. And kind of hard to do with one hand, but I'm just, once I get this off, then the cable will just pull out, and then I'm done. Yep, so that's all there is to it. I got the cable out, just pulled right out, and that would stay with the car. Then just take those 4 bolts out, and this will come right off. Anyways, hope this video helps you out on trying to remove your trunk on your 90 through 93 Honda Accord.